basically I'm exchanging like this little tiny septic tank and this huge leach field for a huge septic sewage treatment plant at a little leach field. Building update. Hey, it's Guda. Welcome to another video. Today's video is an update about building materials and building strategies with the county. My neighbor, turns out his other property, he's got two up here, out here, wherever you want to call it. And I guess his other one is covered in big, nice junipers. So he's going to get a sawmill and do all. I'm just like, awesome. And then there's a really cool place here in Bend that sells slabs. I mean, I can even get some other different stuff aside from juniper, depending on the application. I have these visions, big built-in tables and stuff. That is super awesome. I can stop trying to figure out how I'm gonna get all that stuff done, because that's it. Now I've been trying to figure out how I can get just whole logs, some really good whole logs that don't split so bad they're not usable. Or even like halved logs would be cool too. Actually, have both. I need full logs and halved logs. Halved. This is very, very difficult making the actual decisions on what this structure is gonna ultimately be. You know, circle is a big thing, round is a big thing, really big roof is a big thing. And I have this whole kitchen great area, but then I'm like, you know, very earth ship. I have like this amazing view that's the wrong direction for the earth ship windows. So I have to do like a hybrid something, you know, to encompass this view in the way that I want to encompass it into the structure, but then also get all these other benefits from an earthen structure. There's all that, and then there is the sewage treatment plant. So I've been thinking about this, especially when I just saw some nightmarish shit on some video. Some county just freaking like made some person like rip out something they did because they didn't get a permit to do it. Then they got somebody else to like sue them, and then so they like these people like ended up, I don't know if that happens out here or not, but so basically I'm like, oh shit, yeah, what if they are like, man, you built this sewage treatment plant, you didn't even consult us. Oops. So what I've been trying to do is think through the conversation with the county about this, because I've looked up what they're used to, right? The septic system, right? And so we've gone over this, how I don't like that. I'm going over this like, how can I just basically just kind of like, basically just tell them I'm building them, instead of having like, you know, a huge explanation or whatever, just, yes, I'm building a sewage treatment plant, but you can look at it like this. It's a septic system, right? It's just I'm treating the waste instead of spreading it out in the yard for to whatever happened to it, right? But I will have a leach field. Totally will have a leach field, but my leach field isn't really doing a lot of work, right? I mean, it's a very small part. So basically I'm exchanging like this little tiny septic tank and this huge leach field for a huge septic sewage treatment plant at a little leach field. I'm trying to get this digestible, right? And I'm not even sure if this is doable, but I just had this idea on the way up, getting some sort of sensors just install right in the pump tank. So by the time it goes through the UV, and then when it gets to the final tank, when it's supposed to be pumped out of the underground facility, at that point in that tank, I would imagine I can have super easy automatic testing of parts per million, acidity. That's how I'm going to present this to the county. And my original thought was to just build it and then say, hey, I built this sewage treatment plant, come look. But then, like, I saw this video and like they're like, oh, you didn't get a permit to build it, so completely rip it all out and down and remove it all, you then go through the permitting process. And I was thinking, like, that would be a nightmare. Like, I'm pouring concrete and shit, man. Oh yeah, rip the concrete out, because I never got a permit for the concrete room under the ground, you know. So I'm gonna get my blueprint thing of my system. I'm just gonna go down there and I'm gonna just show them what's going on, see what happens. Okay, let's say hypothetically they're like, we just can't do this because it's just not in our wheelhouse. We have a septic system blueprint that we have to, you know, do you have a this? Do you have a that? You know? So that's why I'm like trying to relate it. Yes, I will have a this and I will have a that. It's just their sizes are inverted and their jobs are inverted, and then I'll smile. I seriously don't want to get into a battle with these people. They already seem nice, and I don't want to battle with the county. I mean, that just sounds miserable. You know, I've abandoned some of the stuff I wanted to do because, well, I think, like, just treating all the waste water, like, I think the having the gray water in with the black water will help with the treating of the black water. In other words, like, it'll, you know, there's just, I don't know if that's a true statement or not, but like trying to treat gray water and black water separately, I just think that would be a battle that I don't need to battle. And that's in Prineville, I guess, where I just had to go because I bought the wrong oil. Man, I swear. And then you know what they told me? That oil is like beer or alcohol or cigarettes, like you can't return it. And I was just like, you can't return an unopened thing of oil if you bought the wrong one. I mean, oil's totally different than beer and cigarettes, man. I don't think I'm gonna go back to that stupid auto parts store anymore. Oh, you gotta have your receipt. No, I mean, you don't have to have your receipt at Best Buy, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, all kinds, Fred Meyers, all kinds of businesses don't have to have your receipt back now. So when they're like, oh, you didn't bring back your receipt, well, it's not the 90s anymore, bro. I'm bringing it back right to the guy that pointed me where the thing was when I walked up to the counter. And then I asked him where another thing was, and he walked out and showed me where it was. And, oh no, I don't remember you. Okay, I'm ranting now about this trip to a hardware store and the fact that they didn't want to return my oil. So I guess the point to that story would be, make sure you buy the right oil or cigarettes and alcohol. I don't know, I've never had to return alcohol. That's a good point. Never even occurred to me because I don't know. I'm just not an oil buying person. So like there's so many different oils. If you grab the wrong one, which, I mean, God, it's like there's the whole difference in the companies that make them. Then there's the numbers and letters on them. And then there's whether it's freaking synthetic or real or part each. You could potentially be doing damage, where if you put the right oil in, you're not doing damage. Alcohol, you're doing damage. I mean, in my opinion, like cider and wine and beer and sake are on a different level than like whiskey and vodka and all that shit. But That's for another conversation. The fact of the matter is O'Reilly Auto Parts in Prineville, Oregon, thinks that oil unopened. I guess I don't know. Is there scammers that are gonna take it off and fill it back with? I don't know. That's the failure of capitalism. We're not going to take that back because you might have, been a criminal. Okay, great. Anyway, thanks for joining me on another trip back from Prineville, Oregon. Woohoo!